Hey there, New York Yankees fans. Get ready, because this might be one of those off-season stories that make the heart of the Bronx race. The talk is serious, the rumor is big, and the name surfacing in this potential trade carries star power. Nolan Arenado, the elite veteran from the St. Louis Cardinals, owner of 10 Gold Gloves and one of the most respected defenders in modern baseball. The Yankees entered the 2025-26 offseason in a familiar situation, searching for the right pieces to return the team to the top and end a World Series drought that has lasted since 2009. After another bitter elimination in the American League Division Series, the front office decided it's time for bold moves, and third base sits at the top of the priority list. The team wants stability, production, and leadership at that position. And few players in baseball combine those three traits quite like Nolan Arenado. The Cardinals veteran has already shown a willingness to waive his no-trade clause, something that seemed unthinkable just a few years ago. But with St. Louis diving into a full-scale rebuild, the departure of one of their biggest stars has become a real possibility. And among the destinations approved by Arenado, one shines brighter than the rest: the New York Yankees. This would be one of those trades that fit perfectly with both teams' needs. For the Yankees, it would mean the arrival of a proven player with championship pedigree, ready to fill a position that became a real issue in 2025. For the Cardinals, it would be a chance to continue their new philosophy under Chaim Bloom, stacking up young talent, especially pitching prospects, and freeing up payroll space. In New York, the problem was clear. Third base turned into a weak spot after DJ LeMahieu's departure in July. Since then, the team has relied on makeshift solutions, rotating utility players at the hot corner without finding consistency. For a franchise with championship ambitions, that's unacceptable. That's where Arenado comes in. Even if his numbers aren't what they once were, he still commands respect every time he steps on the field. In the 2025 season, Arenado hit .237 with 12 home runs and a .666 OPS over 97 games. Those numbers are below his prime years, but still represent more production than the Yankees got from anyone at third base for most of the season. And while the bat may no longer be as explosive, the glove remains world-class. Arenado continues to be one of the best defensive infielders in the game, a true artist at third base capable of turning tough grounders into spectacular outs. But his value goes beyond the stat sheet. Arenado brings leadership, experience, and a winner's mindset that fits perfectly with the Yankees culture. At 34 years old, he still has plenty to offer both on and off the field. His presence alongside Aaron Judge in the clubhouse would strengthen the group and add a veteran voice capable of inspiring younger players while holding everyone to the highest standard. For a team searching for identity and consistency, that kind of influence is invaluable. Arenado's contract also plays in the Yankees' favor. With a salary of $27 million in 2026 and $15 million in 2027, he's a manageable investment for a franchise with New York's financial power. And if St. Louis agrees to cover part of the deal, it becomes even more attractive. As for the Cardinals, their rebuilding plan follows a clear direction. Under Chaim Bloom's leadership, the goal is to strengthen their farm system, prioritizing young, controllable arms. Lewis's rotation showed major weaknesses in 2025, and the team needs pitchers who can take on significant roles in the coming years. A well-structured trade with the Yankees could address that perfectly. The ideal trade scenario starts to take shape. On one side, the New York Yankees would acquire Nolan Arenado. On the other, the St. Louis Cardinals would receive a package including Carlos LaGrange, Brendan Beck, Ben Rice, and $10 million in cash considerations. A balanced, fair proposal that aligns with both teams' objectives. For the Yankees, it would be the chance to fix a long-standing issue with a reliable, proven solution without giving up their top prospect. Shortstop George Lombard Jr., the financial contribution would also lower Arenado's effective cost, making him a high-value investment for a franchise determined to return to World Series contention. For St. Louis, the package brings exactly what the new front office wants: youth, potential, and flexibility. Carlos LaGrange, a 21-year-old right-hander, standing 6'7", has been one of the most talked about arms in the Yankees system. He boasts a powerful fastball exceeding 90 miles per hour and a quality pitch mix that projects him as a future mid-rotation starter. Brendan Beck, meanwhile, is a polished arm with strong command and pitch control. Second-round pick in 2021. He bounced back well in 2025 with solid numbers at Dubio and AAA, showing real potential to contribute soon at the major league level. Then there's Ben Rice, the name that adds an extra layer of value to the deal. The 26-year-old hitter had a strong first full season in the majors, slashing .248 with 26 home runs and an .836 OPS. Blocked in New York by established veterans, Rice would find in St. Louis the opportunity to become a regular, capable of playing both first base and catcher. He's the kind of player who brings versatility, power, and cost control, essential ingredients for a rebuilding club. The $10 million included by the Yankees would also provide immediate payroll relief for the Cardinals, reducing Arenado's cost to about $32 million over the next 2 years. It fits perfectly with their goal of trimming expenses while adding controllable young talent. In the end, this potential trade represents more than just a transaction. It's a reflection of where each franchise stands. On one side, the New York Yankees, chasing the final pieces needed to turn a competitive roster into a championship team. On the other, the St. Louis Cardinals, starting a new era with a focus on development and long-term planning. If this deal comes to life, the impact would be immediate. The Bronx would see Nolan Arenado don the iconic pinstripes, ready to command third base with the same brilliance that defined his career. And the Cardinals would walk away with a trio of promising talents, paving the way for their next chapter. For Nolan Arenado, wearing the Yankees uniform would be more than just a change of team. It would be the chance to step onto baseball's biggest stage. Playing in the Bronx means embracing expectation, history, and pressure in equal measure. It's performing under the bright lights of Yankee Stadium, where every play is scrutinized, every win celebrated, and every mistake magnified. Arenado is built for that kind of stage, competitive, disciplined, and driven by championships. He's always embodied the mentality that defines Yankees baseball. In New York, he'd join a franchise that measures success only by titles and values, intensity, and excellence in every detail. In the clubhouse, he'd find leaders like Aaron Judge and Garrett Cole, a core chasing more than stats, chasing glory. For Arenado, it would be the kind of challenge that defines legacies. A chance to prove he's still one of the game's elite, now wearing the most iconic uniform in baseball. His primary role would be to anchor third base, bringing defensive stability, experience, and a winning mindset to a team determined to take the next step toward a championship. He'd solidify the infield, transforming uncertainty into strength, while elevating the team's defensive standard. Offensively, he'd add depth to the heart of the lineup alongside Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, providing steady production and leadership in key moments. In the clubhouse, his professionalism and work ethic would set the tone for younger players. Arenado's arrival would send a clear message that the Yankees are serious about returning to the top. It would be a declaration of ambition, proof that the franchise isn't just looking to compete but to win now. He'd bring stability, leadership, and a championship mindset that the team has been searching for years to reclaim. More than a signing, his addition would symbolize the beginning of a new phase, a more mature, focused, and hungry Yankees squad ready to turn recent frustrations into real success. With Arenado on board, the Yankees would become a more balanced and complete team. The defense would gain consistency, the offense reliability, and the clubhouse unity. The trio of Judge, Soto, and Arenado would form a leadership core capable of transforming the team's competitive culture. Fans in the Bronx would once again feel that sense of confidence, the belief that the team is truly built to fight all the way to the World Series. The potential Yankees-Cardinals trade involving Nolan Arenado makes sense on every level strategically, financially, and competitively. For New York, it's the chance to address a long-standing need with an elite player who brings leadership and postseason experience. For St. Louis, it's an opportunity to build a sustainable future around young, controllable talent and greater financial flexibility. All in all, it's a balanced deal. The Yankees take a calculated risk on a still productive veteran, while the Cardinals strengthen their developmental pipeline. If completed, this trade could mark the beginning of a new era for the Yankees, a return to glory. For the Cardinals, the foundation of a new chapter. Now we want to hear from you. With all these factors in play and a potential trade that could redefine the path of two historic franchises, the question remains, would Nolan Arenado in pinstripes be the move that finally puts New York back on the road to the World Series? Share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, Yankees Nation.